Within cognitive science, there is the field of cognitive modeling. A goal of cognitive modeling is to draw a map of the mind, just as science has mapped out the body. In this light, it is a common notion that human cognition contains 3 levels. The neural level forms the hardware. The neural level processes information, giving rise to the computational level. The computational level processes information and gives rise to the knowledge level. The architecture of the mind is what cognitive modeling attempts to discover. The computational architecture that will be discussed here is ACT-R. We will begin at the base of the cognitive architecture, the production system. Here, we depict a single production visually as a single if-then statement. If a condition matches, then it fires an action. If it matches, then it fires and changes the state in buffers. A buffer can be thought of as a container holding information. A buffer temporarily holds and transfers information between modules. Here, the content of all the buffers will be visualized as a single transparent 3D box. The buffer container moves information between modules. The movement of information is done by production rules, which can be imagined as tiny conveyor belts. Production rules are stored in procedural memory and are sent out to move information throughout the system. These productions that change the state in buffers are the simplest form of cognitive process. Now let's imagine an example. Purely for illustrative purposes, in this classic example, we will make a ham and cheese sandwich, and we will see a pattern repeating itself. To begin, we start with the bread as the buffer content, or the condition. A production rises to match the buffer condition. When these two conditions match, it fires the next action, cheese. With cheese in the buffer, a new production rises to match. When the production matches, it fires the next action, ham. And again, with ham in the buffer, a new production rises to match. When it matches, it fires the next action, bread. This completes our sandwich. From this we can see a simple pattern. If, then, match, fire, condition, action. This is the nature of production rules that are hypothesized to lie at the base of human cognition. Now, let's see how this can be written as code within ACT-R. To start, a buffer contains the condition bread. A production rises to match bread, and so fires the next action, cheese. The next production rises to match cheese, and fires the next action, ham. The buffer now contains the condition ham. The next production matches to ham and fires the next action, bread. This completes our sandwich. This is a simple example, purely for illustrative purposes, of how production rules can be written in the ACT-R cognitive architecture.